From a simple switch, troubleshooting a problem, a new service, to that backup generator that you'll need in times of emergency, Blake Electric can handle all your electrical needs. They have the experience and knowledge to do it professionally and safely and do the job right the first time. There's been an accident. The emergency has left you with physical trauma and legal issues to deal with. The bills are piling up and you're overwhelmed. Where do you turn for legal representation?
Hi, I'm Paul Eastep.
And I'm Steve Schaefer.
We're attorneys practicing right here in your home county of Preston.
Centrally located on West Main Street in Kingwood, just across from McDonald's, the offices of Eastep and Schaefer are an easy drive from anywhere in Preston County.
You don't have to go outside Preston County to hire a lawyer with the know-how, the experience, and the knowledge to represent you fairly in a serious personal injury matter. Call us at Eastep and Schaefer at 329-6003 or visit us on the web at www.eastepschaeferlaw.com.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
At the Landing Dental Spa, our goal is to provide quality dental care at a relaxed spa-like atmosphere. Dental chairs with heat and massage, warm neck wraps, and personal TVs make your appointment as stress-free as possible. Located off the Pierpont exit, now accepting new patients of any age. Call 304-594-2200 today and visit our website at www.thelandingdentalspa.com to schedule an appointment. The Landing Dental Spa, a healthy smile with peace of mind.
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Buck! What do you think you're doing?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football.
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
But they want to play.
Hi, Buck! You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool!
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
The Wound Healing Center at Preston Memorial Hospital offers care to patients with wounds that have not followed the normal path or time frame for healing. Our goal is not only to heal your wounds, but to help prevent further wound problems. We work to educate you on why you have a non-healing wound, what you need to do to heal it, and what you can do to prevent future problems. The Wound Healing Center, inside the new Preston Memorial Hospital. Call today to start the healing. 304-329-3348.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
Almost heaven.
The Mountain State.
West Virginia.
The proudest state in the country. You'll love the Almost Heaven collection, only available at Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Double-sided mattresses with today's sleep technology made right here in the great state of West Virginia. So don't rush to the nearest Mattress Mart. Take a short ride to Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Experience the Delano's difference.
Why buy half a mattress when you can get a double-sided set at Delano's?
Good evening and welcome once again to Knights Stadium overlooking the Cheat Canyon. Steve Blake and Gary Livengood here for another evening of Preston Knight varsity football action from Preston High in Kingwood, West Virginia. And Gary, another beautiful night here as fall creeps up the Cheat
the Cheat Canyon, slowly but surely.
Yes,
but it's given us a beautiful night here for military honors.
Yes, it's Military Appreciation Night here at Knights Stadium, and the crowds are starting to roll in, and the color guard and the military are beginning to assemble across the way for some pregame activities here at Knights Stadium, where the 0-3 Preston Knights take on the AA 14th ranked, RC Byrd Flying Eagles.
And the Eagles, a conference foe, Big Ten.
Yes.
One of those AA teams that's actually quite deadly to Preston. You don't get as many points for beating them. They get more points for beating you.
Yes.
And you have to play them.
That's right. They're a Big Ten conference, and they have to switch teams around every once in a while. We lost East Fairmont and Elkins this year and picked up RC Byrd and Fairmont West in the conference.
And, boy, what a time to pick them up, because these are two good football teams. Now, I know Byrd comes in here with an opening loss at West Fairmont.
35-14.
Yeah, they dropped a pretty bad one there, but then came back the next week, laid 45 points on a hapless Lincoln team, a AA team, at the south end of Marion County, and then picked up win number 2 last week, and they come in here fully ready to perform and put on a good show. And their bus was a little bit late. I'm not sure if somebody couldn't find the keys or was late from dinner or what the deal was. They pushed kickoff back by 15 minutes, but they got here, and they look ready to play. They're not large in number, but they've got some big boys, and they've got some real talent.
Yeah, they're very, very heavy run offense. Number 21 tonight. Watch number 21, the Davidson boy for RC Byrd. The young man is 6'2", 220 pounds, and he's a runner. I mean, you must gang tackle him if you're going to bring him down. He scored 4 touchdowns against Lincoln. He carries the ball 25 or 30 times a game. Thus far, he has 9 touchdowns, 801 yards rushing. That's 7.8 yards per carry in the first 3 ball games.
That's a season for a lot of running backs in AA high school football. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, looking on the Max Prep site, there are some individual videos on there, and his is one of the highlight videos, and he comes out of the backfield and immediately is stacked up 1 yard over the line, and you start thinking, well, why did they pick this for a highlight? And then he proceeds to take 5 guys about 15 yards upfield, and I'm not kidding about that. He just has sheer, absolute willpower and strength and great balance and running ability, and he just will not quit.
And Coach Gurrell moved their quarterback from last year. They moved him to the tailback and to a wide out and so forth. He's 6'3", 206 pounds, and he'll run that jet sweep on Preston tonight. They moved the quarterback as a freshman, a Lopez boy, number 14.
That's another highlight too, Gary, talking about that jet sweep. They're sneaky with it.
Yes.
They'll take him off to the sidelines for a play, sub somebody in, and then he starts coming back in for the next play like he's coming in late, like he wasn't paying attention. And the coach is yelling at him to get out on the field. And he comes out there and just sort of hesitates at the point of the snap, and then he's just going full speed right around behind the tailback, takes the pitch, and up the field he goes.
Yeah, that Junkins boy, the other boy, number 12, you were talking about, again, he's 6'3", 206 pounds. So they got 2 big running backs. And, you know, our corners and safeties are about 150, 160 pounds at the max. And our biggest linebacker is Blake Miller, 200, about 10 pounds. And I'll tell you what, when you start to get hold of that Davidson boy coming at you at 6'2", 220, you better be hitting him low and hitting him quick with a gang tackle.
One thing I will say coming out of the Greenbrier East loss, particularly in the second half of that game, they really, really made Blake Miller angry, mad, fired up, and he delivered some real punishment to running backs down the stretch. Be that as it may, was not a win for the Knights, but hopefully his intensity carries over from the beginning of this match. And if he has enough speed and enough presence of mind to stay home and do the things that he's responsible to do, we should see another good performance from him defensively.
Yeah,
tonight.
R.C. Byrd, consolidated in 1995, the part of Washington Irving High School out of Clarksburg. We played them in 1996 and beat them 14-7. Pardon me. And then we played them again in 1997 and beat them 3-0 under Coach Gene Davis, and we haven't played them since until this year. So it's a long 20-year span between football. But we've been playing them in basketball off and on, wrestling, and all other sports in the Big Ten Conference. So now we're back playing R.C. Byrd in football. 2-1, Big Ten opponent, AA school. The Preston Knights, 0-3, led by our quarterback, Dakota Holt. Passing, 18 for 46 with 2 touchdowns, 234 yards. But his percentage, Steve, he's only completing 39% of his passes.
His passing is good, but not as accurate as it needs to be. And some of that is because at times he's throwing the ball on the dead run, and he's getting it close, but he's got to do better than that. Like they say, close only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes. Doesn't count in football. He's got to get that ball into the hands of some of his more talented receivers and stretch the defense out a little bit here tonight. We know R.C. Byrd is not an offensively air-powered team. We hope that because of that, they're not real good defensively against the pass. I think that was the real big difference in their loss to Fairmont Senior.
Yeah.
Fairmont Senior just kept pitching the ball over their heads, and they had no answer for it. Tonight, if we can protect Dakota, give him an opportunity to work out of the pocket, maybe a little bit of read option, and get receivers in the open, mid-range. He doesn't have to throw the ball 50 yards. It doesn't have to be an all-out aerial assault. We can run the ball. We can try to set up a more balanced attack, I believe, against R.C. Byrd. But I think his arm could possibly carry the night for the Preston Knights here and be the key to victory if he can just become a little more consistent passing.
Pig Summers will be back at the tailback position tonight. He had a real good game against Greenbrier East last week that he's back at the tailback position. Justin Moats is back from his injury and will play tonight, along as Gribble will be back tonight to play. I mean, we got some of our starters back.
Gribble, that's just old-time tough. You know, accident at work, you're totally separate from football, nothing to do with conditioning or being hurt in practice or on the playing field. Had a freak accident at work, cut his hand, and, you know, that thing's still got to be pretty sore, Gary. But he'll wrap it up, and he's tough. He'll go.
Yeah, he'll be playing a little bit of fullback and different positions tonight on offense. But where we really need him, he reminds me a little bit of Blake Miller on defense. He's not afraid to go in there and hit somebody and put the hurts on them. We're getting
the pride
ready.
of Preston County across the way, the Marching Knights, just about set to begin military recognition honors here tonight at Preston High School, and that'll be underway here momentarily. We will bring you that here on your hometown TV station, just as though you were in the stands, and we hope that you are and you're watching this delayed telecast here on the Atlantic Broadband Cable Network or possibly on the YouTube channel. And if so, tell your friends about it. Let them know they can see this game. But we want you to come out here, support the Knights, enjoy this beautiful fall weather. The Knights have another home game a week from tonight, and then they're on the road again. And after that, it's likely to be somewhat cold here in October. So I'm just saying, if you want to come out and really enjoy a beautiful evening on the mountaintop, time to do it.
C Byrd High School dedicate tonight's game to those currently serving in our armed forces, active, reserve, and National Guard. As we enjoy tonight's game, let us remember the members of the armed forces around the world, patrolling on and under the oceans, guarding our skies against hostile missiles, those on watch on the ground in Guam, South Korea, Japan, Turkey, Italy, Germany, Spain, and Great Britain, those currently deployed to Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia, Sudan, Uganda, Yemen, the Philippines, North Africa, Poland, Slovakia, the Sinai Peninsula, and Kosovo, and those assisting with rescue and recovery operations throughout the Caribbean islands, in Texas, and in Florida. We also want to recognize our military veterans. Would all veterans of the Coast Guard, Air Force, Marines, Navy, and Army please stand at this time. Let's give it a round of applause to those of us who have served escorted by Principal Stephen Gibson of Robert C Byrd High School and Principal Steve Plum of Preston High School. The U.S. flag is carried by football players, cheerleaders, and cadets of both schools acting as one team. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as citizens of the United States and the wild, wonderful state of West Virginia, let us rise together as Americans, standing in unity with our neighbors and with our armed forces and veterans, and let us respectfully and humbly honor our nation's flag, which represents all of us.
Preston High School Marching Night Band. Drum major, Noah Combs. Very nice ceremony, Steve, by the Preston High School Honor Guard.
Indeed, great show of patriotism here, and that's going on around the country. And tonight we honor all veterans around the world and at home as they do the important and difficult work and make untold sacrifices on our behalf so we can live in the greatest nation on the face of the earth.
Yes.
Now let's go back to the field as the Marching Knights continue.
We got a pretty good squad. I mean, that Simi, he's all right. I don't think he can get them
Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Preston County, the Marching Knights.
And as the Marching Knights head off, last week, Gary, we opened the season with the fine tradition of all the Youth League team members and cheer squad members from various towns around Preston County coming up and honoring the Knights by forming a tunnel for them to run through. Tonight, the National Guard brings them an honest-to-gosh, blow-up, Super Bowl-style football helmet tunnel, the likes of which we've never seen here at Knight Stadium.
That's really something.
Look at that. Yeah, a little fun for the boys as they'll come down the hill and into Knight Stadium.
West Virginia National Guard, compliments of that. I mean, that's neat. That looks like some of the professional teams have when they come out onto the field.
And, of course, they've even got the smoke machine going here.
Looking again at some of the stats for the Preston High School, Dakota Holt, again, as we said before, he's rushed 57 times for 338 yards and 6 touchdowns. Tucker Neisel, 7 catches, 82 yards. Pig Summers, 5 catches, 72 yards. Jacob Brady, 4 catches for 62 yards. Our special teams, Steve, have not been very efficient lately here for Preston. We're averaging only 29 yards a punt. That's 10 punts in the first 3 ball games.
Well, your apparent heir to the punting job, your first team punter, King Buckwheat himself, Chase Bourne, injured before he even got his first punt of the season off in a defensive play over at Hampshire, and really just getting back into form and being able to practice fully. Scary looking, swelled up knee injury that took some time to resolve. But fortunately, they found out, tough young man, not anything devastating or permanent there, and it just needed some time to heal a little more slowly. But coming into week 4 here now, hopefully Chase is back and able to I don't know if he'll assume kicking duties, punting duties tonight or not, but we'll see. If not, somebody's got to step up and do a better job one way or another.
Yeah. Like our kickoffs, Justin Motes did a real good job kicking off, but he got hurt, and last week we had a first-time kick person, and we didn't do well in our kicking game. But RCB's coming onto the field now, getting ready for game time with the Preston Knights getting ready to come onto the field.
We'll look for the Knights here momentarily, and hopefully we can get a shot of that big helmet as they come down and run through the National Guard entry tunnel and onto the field here at Knights Stadium. Another nice job by the grounds crew and everybody involved in all the volunteer effort in getting out here and making the field look great once again for this contest for the second week in a row.
And looking at the scoring, RCB's average at 31 points a game offensively. They're giving up 22 points a game. Offensively, Preston 17 points a game in the first 3 ball games, and we're surrendering 30 points per game in the first 3 ball games.
And
Steve.
that has to stop.
And that has to stop.
They've got to find ways to stop the ball and get control, and they've got to have consistent offense. We've had a couple of pretty good, consistent offensive drives over the course of the first 3 weeks of the season, and now they've got to, here in this second home game, show that they've got the mettle to take the ball and move down the field with it and sustain a drive, put points on the board, and then come back and play well on the other 2 sides of the ball with good special teams play. And they're going to have stellar defensive play tonight to stop the high-powered running attack of the Eagles.
Yeah, we have one starter, Jeremy Hovatter, still under the concussion protocol for the Preston Knights. Bryson Valentine, a junior, will take over his place at the left tackle position. And then, like I said before, Big Summers, number 33, will stay at tailback tonight. Of course, Justin Moats is back from injury, so he'll get a little playing time tonight. And hopefully, Justin, we need him on defense, Steve. He's a good-sized boy, and we need to make sure we have some people there that can take down number 21 and number 12.
One thing that is apparent as we look at the roster for RC Byrd is that for once we're up against a team much like the Knights. They're struggling number-wise. They don't have a lot of backups. They don't have a lot of go-to. And here come the captains out of the tunnel now. And the Knights marching down, getting ready to make entry. And the crowd beginning to come alive here.
Jeremy Hovatter, Justin Moats, Caleb Gribble, and Dakota Holt are our captains tonight for the RCB game. And here come the rest of the Knights.
What a scene here at Knights Stadium. As we get set for the second home game of this 2017 season. Nice crowd again out here tonight, and we thank everybody who has come out. And once again, we've got a packed and rollicking student section down to our far left, and a good home crowd here to support the Preston Knights. And Gary, you know, I get online and look around the country, as you can do now, and look at a lot of high school football on different streaming sites. And one of the things that strikes me is the lack of crowd support for a lot of high schools that are the size of Preston and smaller. All around the country, football is something that is struggling to find fan support at times, whether it's for economic reasons or for whatever reason. But great to see the Preston Knights still have a loyal and well-constituted fan base out here.
You know, when you look back, we're 0-12 right now, Steve. We have not won a ball game since we beat Hampshire on the 26th of August in 2016.
And face it, for the fans and the teams, that hurts.
Yes.
You know, that doesn't feel good. But these folks are loyal to their team, and the Knights are trying to build something here that has a chance to get better.
We've improved in the first 3 ball games. Just mistakes, just like the start of the last week's game against Greenbrier East. You know, The kick only went 15 yards. They went down, scored a touchdown. Our first offensive play, we had a fumble. They recovered, went down. It was 13-0 there before 3 minutes ago, in the first quarter was gone. And we can't make mistakes tonight. We need to get off to a good start.
Yet the Knights battled back in that game.
Yeah.
Here tonight, as you say, they can get off to a good start. Don't make those same mistakes. Maybe an opportunity here to get win number 1 on this season and start to turn the ship around.
Gang tackle, be physical. I was come up here to practice a couple times this week, Steve, and that was what Coach Tennant and the coaches were reminding the boys. Number 21.
It's imperative.
It's imperative. And number 12, when that number 12 runs that jet sweep, I mean, he can run. He can flat out run, and you need to make sure you don't let him get to the outside, because I don't think we can have anybody can tackle those boys one-on-one, Steve.
And a change of pace now, Gary. Starting out this season, the Knights haven't been too lucky with the coin flip, but tonight they win and will take possession of the ball to start the contest. And so hopefully they can get off to a good start offensively here and get that underway with a nice return. We're set. The ball's on the tee, in the air, and this game is underway.
There's a first mistake.
And once again, we've got flags.
Brady brings it out to the 20-yard line. Flag on the play.
Looks like it's going to be against Preston, Steve.
Well, confusion once again on special teams.
Yeah, number 17 for Preston and number 28, I think it was. Had a little confusion. One and who's going to take the ball. Neither one of them did. And we have a penalty. That'll take the ball back to the 7-yard line, where Preston will take first and 10.
First and 10 and 93 yards to go.
Holt. Nice run by Dakota. Not any blocking. I think was that a naked reverse or something? Where
Yeah, I think it might have been a busted play. I don't think you start with that one on purpose, but in Dakota Holt's defense, he did a nice job there getting what he could out of that.
That'll pick up 5 yards. A second down and 5. Preston from their own 12-yard line. Pig Summers maybe got a yard there. So make it third down.
Call it a long 3. And Summers, what an introduction to the running attack he had last week.
Dakota, the offensive line right now is not blocking.
Dakota holds the ball carrier. Draw for the play. That'll be a fourth down.
So that'll make it 4th down and 6 for Preston. I would think we got a new punter back here. Jesse Gribble. He's punted a couple times here in the first 3 ball games. Sophomore.
Okay, back to kick.
Late arrival coming onto the field for Preston. Hunter Bishop. Short, wobbly kick. Roll in Preston's favor. It'll roll down to the Preston 38-yard line, where RCB will take over on their first offensive start here in the first quarter.
Eagles will start the drive from about the 38-yard line.
Preston got a penalty, so it's going to be declined. So RCB will take the ball. on the Preston 38-yard line with 1st and 10 to go. Not a very good start, Steve, in our first offensive series. At kickoff, we didn't handle it correctly.
Well, a net of about 35 yards on the punt, which is a little better than we've been averaging. And Byrd goes right to work, and Preston does what they need to do.
Gang tackle.
No gain on the play.
Just a moment on the stop. 2nd down.
Preston in a 5-man front, 53. Davidson's going to run it again. Flag comes down. Host of black jerseys in on the tackle. We'll catch up these numbers here in a minute for the fans. Flag down. Blake Miller in on the tackle, along with 2 or 3 other Preston Knights.
They're going to walk that off against RC Byrd.
Holding.
That's a big one, and that helps the Knights. That'll move the ball back almost to midfield, just outside the 49-yard line, and make it 2nd and long.
You see number 6 here somewhere, and number 2, they're the receivers for RCB. Number 12 in the slot.
And another whistle.
RCB motion. We'll take it back another 5 yards.
Now, we saw Greenbrier East shoot themselves in the foot this way last week, and RC Byrd right now is asking the official, wait a minute, what's going on?
All right, the secondary needs to watch here. The receiver's coming out. Lopez back in the shotgun. Throws a long one.
And again, the flags are flying.
18 wasn't even looking back. There was clear interference on number 18. You could see what was going to happen, Steve, on number 2. And record boy, number 18, just didn't look back. All he had to do, and he could have knocked it out. But anyway.
And we said the freshman didn't have an arm. Looked like a pretty good pass from up here.
Yeah, it was high. Yeah, he got it right to him.
You know, he got it in the area he needed to get it into to get the flag.
So we're going to walk off 15 yards here against number 18 for pass interference against David Record.
That gets the major penalty back.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 12 for RCB. 8:32 to go here in the first quarter. Lopez, Davidson. Gribble in on the tackle along with Miller. 3rd down and 9 for RCB.
Big opportunity here, big challenge for the Knight defense. This is where they need to stand up, Gary, right now and stop this drive.
Here's the 12. Near interference against number 13 for Preston, Chris Ryan, but incomplete pass. That'll make it 4th down and 9 to go for RCB. Frick kicking for RCB. It goes into the end zone. Preston will take 1st and 10 on 25-yard line for their second possession here in the first quarter. Well, we got to weigh that time, Steve, with all the penalties and the big pass interference. We get away with no score.
The Knights bent but did not break, Gary. That's the important thing. They didn't give up the first score on the initial RC Byrd drive, and they have an opportunity now to start fresh. A little farther out of the hole than they were last time at the 20. And RC Byrd having none of it. Now, you got to believe that defensively they're practicing against some of the best backs in this part of the state. So a running attack is something that they're used to seeing every day in practice, and plenty of it.
Yeah.
Probably an opportunity to try and stop somebody other than the two guys coming out of their own backfield is a welcome change for some of these RCB defenders.
Pig Summers, again, will take it off to the right-hand side. We'll pick up another 2 yards. So we'll make it 3rd down and 6 for Preston on their own 24-yard line.
Gain of yard, 3rd down.
Pig Summers tailback with Dakota Holt. Record in the slot. Dakota Holt looks. Dodges the would-be tackler. Oh. The fight for the ball. Tucker Nizel. It fumbles and it's recovered in the end zone.
And that's a Knight touchdown.
They can't pick up who it is. Does that look like Jacob Brady?
I believe it was, Gary.
Number 28. I know Nizel was out here in the field fighting over the deflected pass. He got caught and knocked out of his arms, and I think number 28, Jacob Brady, picks it up. So Preston gets first blood here tonight on a recovered fumble in the end zone. Pompili to kick the extra point. Blake Miller. Rosenberger, the holder. Up and good. Now, 6:18 to go in the first quarter. Preston 7. They said it's no good. Now, there we go.
Oh, official on the left raised his arm, signaled it good.
And the other one said no.
Nah, they talk it over, and he's overruled, and the 7th point does indeed go on the board. We had it right. Preston 7, RC Byrd 0, with 6 minutes and 18 seconds on the official clock. And so we will update our graphic as the Knights get set to kick this ball off.
That's what we needed. Here we go. That'll get him pumped up now. See if, I believe Justin Motes is back in, kicking off for the Preston Knights, number 27. He did a good job kicking off, Steve, before the injury occurred after the Hampshire game. All right, special teams. Nice kick by Justin. 2 brings it back to the 37-yard line where RCB will take over. 1st and 10. Their second possession here in the first quarter.
Preston now with the ball on the other side of the 50-yard line and a little more green behind them. They've got to be wary of the long pass here from this
Lopez boy.
Yeah, a young Lopez quarterback with apparently a better arm.
Jet sweep. They'll never catch him.
And the same bugaboo that has hurt the Knights all season long. Soft on the corner.
And defensive
not
end.
Enough speed.
The defensive end.
Yeah, they don't close that corner, and there's what happens. And just that quickly, RC Byrd answers with a score of their own.
Yeah, that, again, I don't want to be negative, but that should not happen. We practice that. He practices that in practice all the time. Don't let them boys outside of you.
Ball is kicked up and good. And we're back in a tie game, 7-7 here. And a big lift for RC Byrd after they shot themselves in the foot a couple of times and killed their own first drive.
Coach Tennant and I talked about number 38. Once he gets outside, we talked about that in the coaches show. Number 38, the Johnson boy, 5'7", 165. Once you get around the side, he had some speed, and we had nobody could catch him.
And you can bet they're reviewing on the sidelines that play right now. And the coaches are reiterating, fellas, you must not let this happen.
And the boys we were worried about, number 12 and 21, right now have had no really involvement in the ball game. Number 2 and number 38 for RCB. We're controlling 12 and 21 right now.
Ball kicked smartly down there to about the 13-yard line.
Nice run back by Jacob Brady. Brings it back to the Preston 34-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 Knights. 5:52 to go here in the first quarter. Preston 7, RCB 7. Pig Summers, nice run. A gain of 5 yards, brings it up to the 40-yard line where it'll be 2nd down and 5.
That lane opened up quickly for Pig right there, and he got in behind his blocker and just made the most of it.
We got in behind Blake Miller and Valentine. Anthony Chandler, center over the ball. Fumble by Dakota. He's going to lose about 6 yards, where it'll make it 3rd down and 9.
But he did the wise thing there, Gary. When that ball bounced back into his hands and he turned, he knew that he was in serious trouble. He didn't panic. He didn't do anything crazy with the ball.
Dakota looking. Nizel's not even. Come on, Tucker, look back, kiddo.
Miscommunication between the quarterback and his receiver that time.
Didn't know what pattern to run. So thank goodness Dakota Holt got rid of it, and so it'll be 4th down. Gribble back to punt for Preston. From our own 35-yard line, their 2nd punt of the evening. Nice snap. Low trajectory. 2 picks it up. Blake, I'll tell you what, Blake Miller, I mean, he was down there and hit.
Virtually no return on that play.
Hit the elder boy before he got a chance to get up and go on. So RBCB now will take it on their own 40-yard line.
That's a big special teams win for the Knights right there, Gary, allowing no return on that line drive punt.
Clarkson, 6'2", 235, senior in there at defensive tackle for Preston. Lopez stumbled, and Blake Miller, I mean, that kid, Blake Miller on the tackle along with Justin Moats.
And I tell you what, I don't know if there's a little dew on the pigskin or what, but Lopez had a hard time coming away with that ball. Sort of didn't totally fumble it, but sort of ham-handed it there a little bit and trying to get back in control, ran right into the clutches of Miller.
Lopez. There's 38 again, same play. If it works once, it ought to work again. And he ran enough for first down for RCB.
All the way out to midfield. They'll put the nose of the ball just over the 50-yard line.
Gain of 16 yards, but there's a flag down.
Personal foul. The call against the Eagles.
Wow. That is, again, big. A gift from the Flying Eagles as they shoot themselves in the foot with a big-time personal foul. And the officials are going to mark it off from the spot of the foul. That's going to take them way back, Gary.
Branson Tasker into the defensive lineup for Preston. It's second down and 10, 20, about 35 yards here in the first quarter. Lopez looks. He's wide open.
Overthrew the ball.
Where's our corners?
Well, I'll tell you what, somebody was napping on that play, and very, very lucky that Lopez didn't pull the string a little bit on that ball and put it right in the hands.
Yeah, Rosenberger slipped over there, and the receiver got beyond him, was wide open.
And you gotta give Rosenberger credit where it's due. He's normally pretty solid out there, Gary, defending.
So RCB's going to call a timeout here with 3:19 to go in the first quarter. Third down and 31 for RCB. Very important that we hold him, RCB, on this down, Steve, so we can get a short field this time. Make them punt deep into their own territory. They're on their own 21-yard line.
Well, the Knights had Greenbrier East in just about this same position. In fact, they had a little deeper. They had them 3rd and 45 at one point in the first half last week. So, and almost let them up. Here, they can't afford to do that, Gary. You've seen that this RCB team can strike like lightning. I wouldn't be surprised to see the jet sweep coming out of this timeout. Or some kind of little trickeration here.
38's in there, and 12 and 8 split in, slot back. And number 2's one-on-one over there on the left side with Rosenberger. Lopez drops way back. Screen pass. Brady in on the tackle with a couple other Knights. It'd be 4th down now. And 25 for RCB, and the punter has come in.
decent pickup at that little bubble screen right there, but the Knights weren't fooled. To their credit, did a nice job.
Brady back to get the punt. Fields it on the 30-yard line. One tackle. Brings it back to the 42-yard line. We have a flag down here again.
Well, hold on and let's see where this one goes. Usually in the area that they call that's a hold, but this is going as a face mask against the Eagles, so they're going to tack 15 big ones on to the end of that run, Gary. That really puts the Knights in a pretty position here as we go down to the 2.5-minute mark.
We're going to take 1st and 10 on the RCB's 44-yard line here with 2:32 to go in the first quarter. All right, Preston. RCB's been helping you out now. Let's cash in.
Time to sustain a drive here and get back out in the lead.
Rosenberger goes in the slot. Record wide out. Pig Summers.
And again, behind the play, we've got a flag.
Holding. That one back judge there, I think he's throwing a flag about every play here on either RCB or Preston.
That thing must be hot. It's burning him when he puts it in his pocket. He wants it out of there.
So that will bring it back into the Preston territory at their 46-yard line, where it will be first and about, 20? First and 20 for Preston. A record in the slot. Nizel here split that here to the left. Holt looks. Record completed to Record. He's going to gain. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, if he got half a yard, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, he just couldn't get by that first wave of tacklers from RCB.
The Knights, unfortunately, just not speedy enough in that regard. That category of play, a very, very difficult thing for them to pick up much yardage on.
Preston has trips here to the left. Rosenberger, Nizel, Record. Well, Dakota Holt got hammered there just as he started to release the ball. We had the play was set up and Nizel was wide open, but just couldn't get the ball there.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 20 for the Knights, and how quickly what started out as great field position has turned in to catastrophe for this drive.
Dakota Holt looking. Got it. Get that first down. Got the first down. Completed to Colton Rosenberger, number 14, sophomore. That will make it 1st and 10 on the RCB 31-yard line.
They'll wind the clock with 1:17.
Justin Moats in at tailback now, giving Summers a little bit of break here in first quarter action. Nice throw and catch by the Preston Knights. Dakota Holt.
Good second effort by Holt to make a little bit of yardage at the end of that as he leans forward into the pile.
You could see the old leather cracking that time. Well, it's not leather anymore, but anyway, there was some hitting going on.
Give him a long 3 on that.
RCB is going to take a timeout here with 28 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Evidently, RCB coach thought there was a problem there on defense. Preston Knights comes over to Coach Tennant and Coach Chandler offensively and see if we can get one down into the end zone here before the first quarter ends.
That leaves Byrd with one timeout, I believe. Dakota Holt looking more poised and a little more polished, making better decisions about when to throw and where to throw the ball here in the latter stages of this first period. In situations in the first three games where he would have just used his feet to try and pick up yardage, he's getting up near the line of scrimmage and seeing open receivers better and delivering that ball better.
Jacob Brady split out to the right, Record to the left.
And I think the hard count pulled the Flying Eagles offside.
Dakota Holt's getting pretty good at that. He pulled that a couple times against Greenbrier East.
He's getting at least one or two of those a game. And that's crucial for the Knights as well. That's going to bring up 2nd and 2.
Chase Bourne in at fullback. Justin Moats in at tailback. Turning clock here in the first quarter. Dakota Moats looks. He's one down. Oh, Nizel got behind the defender, but just a little bit overthrown. Third down and 1 for Preston with 7.6 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. We need this first down right now. Holt under center. Whistle. Timeout. Coach Tennant saw something he didn't like there on that offensive set, so he called timeout with 3rd and 1 to go. Get the boys over here with Coach Chandler and see if we can get things set for the first down here with 3rd and 1.
And it's just the end of the first period of play here. The Knights don't have to be in a hurry. They might have to walk down to the other end to finish this drive. But there's no pressure here to do anything other than pick up 1 yard, get a new set of downs, and start another series.
Yeah, this is very important that we can score on this drive, whether it's in the first quarter or the second quarter, Steve, so we can get a little mo going here for the Preston Knights.
The momentum's important, and I think the consistency is important. I believe now, after seeing the full first quarter, a few different offensive sets from Byrd, their running attack is not going to weaken as the night goes on. It's only going to get more dangerous.
Right.
It's going to get stronger as our defenders, some of whom are playing both ways or on all three sides of the ball, begin to tire a little bit, and one mistake is all it takes.
Brady to the right, Nizel to the left. Moats at tailback.
When that ball was on the ground and Dakota Holt had to pick it up.
He fumbled a snap, lost his helmet, so he's going to have to come out for one play. And that's not going to be good, I don't think, Steve, here. Start the second quarter when you got the Rosenberger boy, I think, probably will come in to take that snap.
Yeah, and it's 4th down. So there's no, hey, go in, just crush this play, throw it away, and we'll come back and get Dakota back in there with the chin strap fully tightened and go for a first down. They have no choice. They got to go down to the other end and get a first down here right now.
Yeah, that fumbled snap just didn't give us any chance to get the 1 yard we needed for the first down. I don't know what play they called. I'd have called a goose on the goose, Steve, to the right or left, depending on where your nose tackle's playing. But anyway.
Quick break right here for these messages, and we'll be back with the start of second quarter action from Knights Stadium in Kingwood after this.
Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
From a simple switch, troubleshooting a problem, a new service, to that backup generator that you'll need in times of emergency, Blake Electric can handle all your electrical needs. They have the experience and knowledge to do it professionally and safely and do the job right the first time. There's been an accident. The emergency has left you with physical trauma and legal issues to deal with. The bills are piling up and you're overwhelmed. Where do you turn for legal representation?
Hi, I'm Paul Eastep.
And I'm Steve Schaefer.
We're attorneys practicing right here in your home county of Preston.
Centrally located on West Main Street in Kingwood, just across from McDonald's, the offices of Eastep and Schaefer are an easy drive from anywhere in Preston County.
You don't have to go outside Preston County to hire a lawyer with the know-how, the experience, and the knowledge to represent you fairly in a serious personal injury matter. Call us at Eastep and Schaefer at 329-6003 or visit us on the web at www.eastepschaeferlaw.com.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
At the Landing Dental Spa, our goal is to provide quality dental care at a relaxed spa-like atmosphere. Dental chairs with heat and massage, warm neck wraps, and personal TVs make your appointment as stress-free as possible. Located off the Pierpont exit, now accepting new patients of any age. Call 304-594-2200 today and visit our website at www.thelandingdentalspa.com to schedule an appointment. The Landing Dental Spa, a healthy smile with peace of mind.
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Buck! What do you think you're doing?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football.
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
But they want to play.
Hi, Buck! You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool!
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Back in Kingwood for second quarter action as the Knights face a 4th and 1. And we get ready to start the second period.
Well, Dakota Holt is into the ball game, I guess.
I think the Knights were saved by the quarter break there, or the officials made a mistake. Oh.
We had one receiver passing right in front of the other one. So neither one of them knew which one to catch. That'll be That's another mistake we have, Steve.
Well, and the ball goes over on downs. Tried to catch R.C. Byrd napping there a little bit, Gary, and it didn't work. Needed a yard. You know, the smart money, in my opinion, and this is why I'm not the coach, is, hey, Dakota, go out there and lean forward. Get me a yard.
That's the goose on the goose. To right, to the left, depending on your big nose tackle. Anyway, RCB Davison.
He spins and gets stood straight up at the 32-yard line and driven back.
Davison, the ball carrier.
Miller, Dalton.
Stop by Knights. Second down.
He was swarmed by the black jerseys that time, Gary.
Rosenberger. That's what Coach told him during practice. You got to swarm in there and gang tackle number 21. Gain of 2 will be second down and 8 for RCB on their own 27-yard line here early in the second quarter. Davidson. Boy, he ran into Davidson, ran into Branson Tasker and just leveled him.
Well, the Eagles with another hold.
Elder. A wide out for RCB comes in and gets called for holding. That will make it second down, and we'll say 17 or 18 for RCB on their own 19-yard line. .38 gets that same pitch. That little number 38 can pick him up and put him down, can he, Steve?
Absolutely. Quick to the corner out there, but he didn't break containment that time. Got pushed out of bounds across the way. I couldn't get a number on that one, Gary.
Rosenberger was over there.
Rosenberger on the play.
Yeah.
So nice job taking him out of bounds and bringing up a 3rd and long. Bad snap and an opportunity for the Knights here.
Bishop back here on the...
He just kept backpedaling and juking and looking for somewhere to go. And as our friends over on 1077 might say, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Yeah, RCB's given us all the opportunities in the world here in the first half, and we just can't cash in right now.
Here's a big one as the Knights have a chance to get this ball in very good position.
Oh, get away from it, get away from it, get away from it, get away from it. Boy, what a roll for RCB. Back to the Preston 38-yard line, where it will be first and 10 Preston.
Well, just when you think you're going to put RCB in a bad position offensively, get great field position to start the drive, they rocket one out of there that rolls for about a quarter of a mile.
So Preston now, their first series here in the second quarter. Need to get offense. Back to the line of scrimmage and just seeing who's in there at that was for Preston.
That was Summers.
Summers and Chase Bourne was also in there trying to block, get him a hole open.
Dakota Holt held up just over the line and driven back.
Gain of about 4 yards. That'll make it 3rd down and 6. Preston on their own 44-yard line. Brady flanked out to the left. Record in the slot. Dakota looks. Got him open. Nice pass and run. Dakota Holt. David Record. Now let's get that little momentum going here.
We talked about it in the pregame, Gary. Dakota Holt had to get more consistent with his passing and make better decisions. He's doing so right before your eyes here.
He's cannot stay in that pocket because that offensive line right now is not doing their blocking as they should. So he's rolling either to his right or to his left, depending on what is called by Coach Chandler or Coach Tennant.
Well, we've got a timeout here at the 8.5-minute mark of the first half. All knotted at 7. The Flying Eagles coming in here, giving the Knights every bit of a good game here in the first half. Preston trying to establish the offense, trying to get some consistency. Fits and starts here so far, but some promising moves by quarterback Dakota Holt. And some hard charging running by Pig Summers. Great defensive plays by Rosenberg. And the Knights trying to put the full package together here and end the first half strong. We went into the locker room, or the Knights rather, went into the locker room last week, Gary, tied at 13.
Yes.
I got a feeling that the boys would rather go into the locker room with an advantage here over a good, strong R.C. Byrd running attack, and then see if they can gain the upper hand in the second half.
Our defense has been playing well, but also, R.C. Byrd's had a few penalties helped us out. But offensively, get Dakota Holt to get things rolling here after that completion to David Record for a first down. Pig Summers going to gain 5 yards on that first carry here, where it will be 2nd down and we'll say 5.
On the carry. Gain of 4, 2nd down.
Scott Stone and Coach Chandler offensive plays. Rosenberger. Well, he got necktied there. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage where it will be 3rd down and we'll say 6 for the Preston Knights.
And Scott Stone, not that many years ago, a great quarterback in his own right for the Preston Knights, and a wealth of knowledge for Dakota Holt. And you can see that is
Dakota Holt. He may get that first down after that turn. And there's a flag flying in here.
Well, they'll sort this one out.
Looks like it is going to be against Preston. Personal foul against RCB.
That's going to tack on enough for a first down.
All right, Preston. You're getting the breaks now. You need to take this score in at halftime, 13-7, with 7:18 to go here in the second quarter, and that will give us a first down. That will take the ball down to the RCB 14-yard line. Trips to the left. Pig Summers in at tailback. Nizel flank to the right. Holt. Mega takes it down to the 6-yard line. Nice block by Pig Summers to break him loose there on the run on the right-hand side.
Pickup of 7 on the play. So make it 2nd and 3 for the Knights here.
Chandler snaps the ball. Dakota Holt going to get mugged back at the 15-yard line by a host of RCB players.
Dakota Holt. On the quarterback keeper. Ball ahead on the initial stop. Loss of the play. 3rd down.
I think they're looking for Dakota Holt's mouthpiece.
This will make it 3rd and about 9, Gary.
We've got to score this time, Steve. I mean, we've been down here in the red zone 2 or 3 times here.
Now the play clocks, well, they finally stopped the big clock, and the officials are going to have to sort this out as Preston takes a timeout officially at the 5:36 mark. Play clock didn't start. The big clock, the game clock, ran throughout much of that search for the mouthpiece. Little grumbling in the RCB fan section down below us. But they may reset the game clock. I'm not sure.
The ball's on the RCB 14-yard line with 3rd down and, 8 to go.
3rd and a long 8, almost 9.
But we need to get the momentum and put this in the end zone.
Well, again, it's a matter of consistency for Preston.
But right now, RCB's control in the middle of the line.
You can bet Coach Stone is down there telling his quarterback, listen, they've got the middle of this line. Stop trying to run up in there and do it with your feet. Do this with your arm or get to the outside on an option and turn the corner. But don't keep beating your head against a brick wall.
Yes. Quarterback draw. He's going to get down to the 10-yard line, but that's not going to be close.
No, they just collapse once he steps forward in the pocket and then pulls that ball down. They know he's going to run.
Pompili, number 80 for Preston, will come in and try to kick field goal. Sophomore, 6'1", 194. Good-sized young man. He was knocking some through in the pregame warm-ups.
Well, that kick wide, and the clock stopped at 4:52. They reset it to 4:53. And we remain tied at 7, Gary.
All right, Preston, 4:53 to go here in the first half. Let's keep this defense in line.
Well, they can't let the Eagles be the Flying Eagles now. They've got to ground them, Gary.
Yes.
Got to keep them in check here as they start out from the 20-yard line.
Lopez looking for number 2.
And not only is he looking, but he is finding that receiver
at
midfield.
Number 18 is running with his back there, and he's not even looking for the ball. And that's 2 times he's got beat for number 2.
Got the defender turned around, and the Eagles pick up a big first down, but they move the ball immediately into Knight territory.
So they're going to keep running number 2 against 18. He's 6'3", and I think the record boy is only about 5'8" or 5'9". So they're going to keep going to him until he stops it.
Lopez wide with that one.
Luckily, Blake Miller was out there on the coverage.
So that brings up a 2nd and 10. And one has to hope at this point, with just under 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half, that the Knights can turn this RCB Eagle attack back on itself somehow.
Well, they see right now that they can't run the ball against the Preston defense, so they found out the easy spots. Now let's just throw some passes, and against our secondary.
I'm impressed with the arm that Lopez has and his accuracy.
There goes 38 again. Great tackle by Preston Knight. Jacob Brady. Come in there and make a solo tackle against Davidson. He's going to gain, gets back to the line of scrimmage where it will be 3rd and 10.
But exactly what the coaches talked about. They can't allow that man out there to turn the corner. They have to close that off, and Brady did a great job that time knifing in there and making a very sure, quick tackle and making quick work of the runner.
Lopez back. You got to get him. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Lopez slides down with he knew just where to get to pick up that first down. Knights on the verge of turning the Eagles away that time.
Davidson, Blake, Miller in on the tackle with Clarkson.
Short gain.
That'll make it 2nd down and 8 on a turning clock here in the first half. On a gain of about 3. Third down and 8. Number 2 is far right against Rosenberger. Junkins against Record. Lopez looks, throws wide open. He ran right by Rosenberger. Our corners are getting killed tonight, Steve.
Absolutely decimated on that play, and Rosenberger, normally a very, very good defender in that situation, but that time he just got outrun.
Kick down and up. 2:10 to go here in the first half. RCB 14, Preston 7.
And that's a big lift for the Eagles here, Gary.
Yes.
They can come out of the first half with a lead after the fight they've been in. That's going to buoy them up for the second half. They're going to go to the locker room floating on a cloud, so to speak.
You know, like I said before, Preston, we've been down in the red zone, 3 or 4 times here, and we just can't get the offense and get the ball into the end zone. Our only touchdown was a fumbled recovery into the end zone. But again, it's 14-7 here in the second quarter.
And the Eagles set to kick off. And with only 2 minutes to go, the Knights have to do something fairly quickly here. But you would hope to be able to get some points before the half, because they've got to give this ball right back to RCB to start the second half of play.
Boy, look at that boy run.
There's a breakaway.
Brady. Take it in, Brady. Take it in, baby. All right.
Exactly what the Knights needed, a big play at the most opportune moment.
The special teams.
Well, special teams has been the bane of this team's existence for much of the first 3 games this season, Gary. And, you know, again, not to denigrate anybody, it's just been tough, just been poor performance in that regard. And right there, the Knights,
bad hold and just bad kick.
But trailing by 1 is a lot better than trailing by 7 at this point. With 1:55 to go, so 15 seconds and a big turnaround for the Preston Knights as they celebrate on the sidelines despite missing the extra point. Now, Coach Tennant, he's going to be upset about the special teams letdown on the kick. Preston 13, Robert C Byrd 14. And just under 2 minutes to go here. Do you think the Knights might opt to squib kick this one and go after the ball, Gary?
I would. I'd kick it. I wouldn't kick it up in the air. I'd kick it down to the 30-yard line or thereabouts, because Justin Moats can kick the ball fairly well, but I hope he doesn't kick it straight down to number 2 or number 12, because both those two boys can
make it quite a foot race.
Yes.
For Preston's for kicking, the kickoff unit here, the special teams unit, they've got to maintain their lanes and maintain their spacing here. And they do indeed put it hard on the ground down to the 20-yard line. And it's going to be returned out to about the 42.
That's a good game plan. Now the Knights defense can need to stop the passing right here. I mean, that's RCB found where the weaknesses are on our corners, and they're going to keep on hammering on it. And that freshman quarterback, Lopez, I mean, he throws a pretty good pass, Steve.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I think they've found a 4-year starter here at quarterback.
Lopez back. Bubble screen outside, number 38.
And they're going to take that ball over midfield, pick up a first down, and get out of bounds, stopping the clock with 1:31 to go until halftime.
Johnson, boy, once he gets that ball, like I said, he's only 5'7", so he's tough to find among all those 6'3" and 6'4" linemen. Davison into the slot for Byrd. Lopez looks, throws it deep. Lopez, incomplete. Rosenberger in on the defense. Did a good job that time.
Yeah, he had a shot at that ball over there along the sidelines, but couldn't get the handle on it. He had a crucial pick-off in the Greenbrier East contest that nearly allowed the Knights to win that one.
2nd down and 10. RCB on the Preston 49-yard line here with time running out in the first half. Davidson in the slot. Got to get him. Throws it out of bounds. Oh. That was a little bit uncalled for by number 17 for Preston. I think it was a carnage, if I got the number right, for Preston.
Well, that was retaliation because they marked that off against R.C. Byrd, so they did catch the first part of that.
My mistake. Where is number 17? Sophomore, 5'10". That number is not right. It can't be right. It can't be 5'10", 284. Number 17, where is he?
That's going to bring up 2nd and 30. And again, they'll screen it, and a big hit across the way.
Miller and Gribble put the hammer on him along with Rosenberger over there on the right-hand side. 4th down. Preston's going to call timeout with 54 seconds to go here in the first half. Down 14-13.
Well, and they put R.C. Byrd back in a pretty big hole here with just under a minute to go. Anything can happen, and with a good return, maybe an opportunity here to make up for the missed extra point and get back on top of this one.
Are we going to have nice weather like this next week when Lewis County comes in here to Knight Stadium?
Calling for it, Gary. Calling for it. We got to have at least 3 good weather games, and then the Knights after next week will go back on the road and have an open week before they get back home in October. So with an opportunity to get up here in good weather, you better get your tickets and get out here for the
big kick. Goes out of bounds.
That'll put the Knights back on their own side of the field to the tune of about 40 yards there, Gary.
Yes.
That one out of bounds across the way, outside the 25 at about the 27.
Yeah, Lewis County comes in here next week. Then Buckwheat Festival week on the 28th of September. We go down to Hedgesville. Then
that's a long trip.
Yes. And the first week in October, opening. Then we bring in Fairmont Senior here into Knights Stadium.
Knights off to keep it on the ground.
Pig Summers is stopped at the line of scrimmage. He may get a yard. I think Preston's going to be satisfied and leave the clock run out here in the first half, down 1 point.
And that's got to be a good decision. Gary, we've seen in past seasons desperation take hold at this point.
Yes.
And crazy things happen that were not good crazy. They were bad crazy.
Summers again is going to run the ball up off the left side, and he's going to gain about 3 more yards where it'll make it 3rd down and 5.
But moot point as the clock will expire, and the Knights will come off to the locker room trailing Robert C. Byrd 14-13 in a close, exciting contest here on the mountaintop as they play a half of football, good and bad by turns.
Yes, Steve. Again, we had plenty of opportunities down the red zone here in the first half. We just couldn't take advantage of the opportunity to score more. But we have 2 more quarters left here in the ball game. RCB 14, Preston 13. And we'll be back here for second half action after these messages.
From a simple switch, troubleshooting a problem, a new service, to that backup generator that you'll need in times of emergency, Blake Electric can handle all your electrical needs. They have the experience and knowledge to do it professionally and safely and do the job right the first time. There's been an accident. The emergency has left you with physical trauma and legal issues to deal with. The bills are piling up, and you're overwhelmed. Where do you turn for legal representation?
Hi, I'm Paul Estep.
And I'm Steve Schaefer.
We're attorneys practicing right here in your home county of Preston.
Centrally located on West Main Street in Kingwood, just across from McDonald's, the offices of Estep and Schaefer are an easy drive from anywhere in Preston County.
You don't have to go outside Preston County to hire a lawyer with the know-how, the experience, and the knowledge to represent you fairly in a serious personal injury matter. Call us at Estep and Schaefer at 329-6003 or visit us on the web at www.estepschaeferlaw.com.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
At the Landing Dental Spa, our goal is to provide quality dental care at a relaxed spa-like atmosphere. Dental chairs with heat and massage, warm neck wraps, and personal TVs make your appointment as stress-free as possible. Located off the Pierpont exit, now accepting new patients of any age. Call 304-594-2200 today and visit our website at www.thelandingdentalspa.com to schedule an appointment. The Landing Dental Spa, a healthy smile with peace of mind.
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Fuck! What do you think you're doing?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football.
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
But they want to play.
Hi, Buck. You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool.
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
The Wound Healing Center at Preston Memorial Hospital offers care to patients with wounds that have not followed the normal path or time frame for healing. Our goal is not only to heal your wounds, but to help prevent further wound problems. We work to educate you on why you have a non-healing wound, what you need to do to heal it, and what you can do to prevent future problems. The Wound Healing Center, inside the new Preston Memorial Hospital. Call today to start the healing. 304-329-3348.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Browns Mill Grocery. Browns Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Browns Mill Grocery.
Almost heaven.
The Mountain State.
West Virginia.
The proudest state in the country. You'll love the Almost Heaven collection, only available at Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Double-sided mattresses with today's sleep technology made right here in the great state of West Virginia. So don't rush to the nearest Mattress Mart. Take a short ride to Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Experience the Delano's difference.
Why buy half a mattress when you can get a double-sided set at Delano's?
Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
From a simple switch, troubleshooting a problem, a new service, to that backup generator that you'll need in times of emergency, Blake Electric can handle all your electrical needs. They have the experience and knowledge to do it professionally and safely and do the job right the first time. There's been an accident. The emergency has left you with physical trauma and legal issues to deal with. The bills are piling up, and you're overwhelmed. Where do you turn for legal representation?
Hi, I'm Paul Eastep.
And I'm Steve Schaefer.
We're attorneys practicing right here in your home county of Preston.
Centrally located on West Main Street in Kingwood, just across from McDonald's, the offices of Eastep and Schaefer are an easy drive from anywhere in Preston County.
You don't have to go outside Preston County to hire a lawyer with the know-how, the experience, and the knowledge to represent you fairly in a serious personal injury matter. Call us at Eastep and Schaefer at 329-6003 or visit us on the web at www.eastepschaeferlaw.com.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
At the Landing Dental Spa, our goal is to provide quality dental care at a relaxed spa-like atmosphere. Dental chairs with heat and massage, warm neck wraps, and personal TVs make your appointment as stress-free as possible. Located off the Pierpont exit, now accepting new patients of any age. Call 304-594-2200 today and visit our website at www.thelandingdentalspa.com to schedule an appointment. The Landing Dental Spa, a healthy smile with peace of mind.
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Buck! What do you think you're doing?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football.
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
But they want to play.
Hi, Buck! You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool!
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Welcome back to Knights Stadium, top of the mountain in Kingwood, West Virginia, and an entertaining, if somewhat frustrating, first half for the Preston Knights, Gary.
Yes. Defensively, practice this week was to stop number 21 and number 12. We've been very successful doing that here in the first half. But the secondary, the freshman Lopez boy was, throwing the football, and our secondary just
he's really
didn't do
been
He's
really been the X factor in this game. Nobody saw that coming. The first three games, even though RC Byrd won, they won it. They won two of those three games on the ground.
And number 38, that Johnson boy, who scored that real long touchdown and a couple other first downs, we didn't really anticipate him, but we knew that if he got outside, we didn't have anyone that could catch him. And so they know what to do now. I'm sure Coach Tennant and the Preston football staff made some changes here at the half, and we'll come back here and have a successful second half and win our first ball game of the year, Steve.
Well, you have to hope that Preston can take advantage of some of the things that they've seen in the first half, some of Lopez's tendencies. But the young man has a great arm. I'll just say it.
Yeah.
I think R.C. Byrd has found a 4-year starter, barring injury or somebody even better moving into the attendance area. This relatively small squad that Byrd has should attract some followers and attract some more players next year. If I lived in that area and I was a receiver, I would want to play with this kid.
The Davison boy will be back. He's only a junior. Nice squib kick along the ground. Picked up at the 20-yard line. But Elder, boy, I'll tell you what, I mean, another 12 yards. He was scrapping and digging, brings it back to the 42-yard line of RCB.
Yep. The Eagles will have it, 1st and 10. Again, in good field position, and the Knights are playing with fire when they set the Flying Eagles up with such good field position.
Yes. A record, our corner will be covering number 2 from RCB. Elder. Pitch out to Spinagle.
And he's horse-collared across the way and drugged down.
Blake Miller in on the tackle.
Miller just keeps coming, keeps getting better, Gary. Just keeps firing at the ball and bringing runners down. But even though he's been something of a one-man wrecking crew, he has a hard time out there closing that corner by himself. He's got to get some help from the other Knight defenders.
Yeah, our ends are sometimes not just doing their job here in the first half. We got a penalty against RCB. Nice gain by Elder, and that will...
Yeah, that erases it.
Takes it back to the 30-yard line of RCB, where it will be 1st down and 25. 1st down and 20 for RCB. Here in the opening series of the second half. Junkin split out way to the right. Elder here to the left. Lopez drops back. Looks. Bubble screen over here, number 38. Picks it up, Johnson. Going to gain 10 yards back that they just got on the penalty. It'll make it 2nd down and 10. Those bubble screens are working for Lopez right now.
Yeah, and he's been surprisingly well behaved in terms of not trying to get too much yardage back at one time. They know that they've got a couple of downs to work with here, and he's content to just do what the coaches send in.
Boy, they opened up a hole for him on our left side of our defense, and then he got hammered.
Gang tackled at the end of that.
It'll be 3rd down and 3 on the RCB 48-yard line.
Here's another big down for the Knight defense. They can bend, but hopefully not break here, and have an opportunity to get this ball back in decent field position.
Davidson at the tailback. Get the ball, Preston. There it is, get it, all right. Ball recovered by Justin Motes. Justin Motes on the RCB 31-yard line.
Sometimes you just have to make your own luck, Gary.
All right, now we need a touchdown, Steve. This is of vital importance here to start the second half for Preston. Get our offensive line all geared up here now. Valentine, Bishop, Chandler, Miller. He was down. Whoa! Summers got it ripped out of his arms.
Well, we go the other way in a hurry.
Yes. Andrew Spanogle.
And that thing I said about the Knights making their own luck, yeah, it just came back and bit them.
Junkins way to the right. Davidson in the slot. Johnson looking for a spot. Looking. Going to gain 8 yards. Second down and 2 for RCB on their own 40-yard line. Here on a turning clock in the third quarter.
Gain about 8, second down.
Trips here to the left. Lopez give it to Davidson straight up the middle. Turns it outside. Thank goodness a solo tackle over there by Preston's Colin Rosenberger. So it will be first down and 10 for RCB on the Preston 42-yard line. Trips here to the left for RCB. Davidson, tailback, gets the ball up the middle. Another flag comes down.
Yeah, they'll sort this one out. The clock stopping at 8:51.
Tackle by Chris Ryan. But that will give them a first down. Officials are talking the personal foul against Preston. That's going to move it down way inside the 10-yard line.
The Eagles didn't need any help getting closer to the goal line.
No, that moves it down to the 14-yard line where it'll be first and 10 for RCB. I think the coach, Goddard, has decided to, Davidson, you gained 801 yards in the first 3 ball games, kid. We're going to give you the ball game right here. Miller hammered him but just couldn't make the tackle. Justin Moats in on the tackle. Davidson's run the ball the last 3 times for RCB. Takes it down to the Preston 12-yard line. It'll be second down and 10. Boy, Blake Miller's going to be hurting tomorrow and be sore. I mean, he's been hammering those ball carriers. Davidson again will take it off the right side. Boy, look at that. Boy, I tell you.
He's just slippery enough to get loose there.
We just try to tackle him too high, and he takes it in for a 9-yard run for a touchdown here in the beginning of the second half.
7:57 remaining in the third period.
Coach Carell said, Davidson, you're going to run the ball. You better be ready. And
he's more than ready.
Yeah. Kicks up, and it's good. 21 RCB, 13 Preston Knights. Fog setting in. Is that fog or is that the mist of rain?
That's a little fog rolling in here, and you know what it can get like on the mountaintop when the fog starts to come, Gary.
Yeah, I remember a few years ago we couldn't see out the window.
It was anybody's guess what was happening out there. The officials had a field day with that one.
Yes.
No, we're kidding them. Everybody just sort of sat here and went, what happened?
Yeah. Well, Steve, what a turn of events.
Yeah,
We recover a fumble. They turn around, recovered it right back, took it right back from Summers, and then they come down and score a touchdown. Deep for Preston. Moats and Brady. Nice high kick. Brady's going to take it on the 15-yard line. Brings it up the middle. And he won't break it back now this time for a touchdown. He brings it back to about the 35-yard line where Preston will take over. 1st and 10 here in the third quarter.
And there's still plenty of time remaining for the Knights to turn this one around back in their favor, Gary. But again, consistency has to be the watchword on offense.
Trips to the left for Preston. Holt drops straight back. Going to take it outside. Whoa. Boy, he met with some resistance there at the line of scrimmage and will not be picking up any yardage. 2nd down and 10. Junkins over there and put the hammer on Holt. Trips to the right for Preston.
And they are shadowing Dakota Holt on every play here. They know what he can do, how quick he is when he gets a little open crease, and how fleet of foot he can be. And they're just not going to get away from that. They're going to put a man on him no matter where the ball goes. They're going to shadow him and try to prevent any kind of a long run.
Yeah, he's got to look to, if he can, have time, look to his 2nd and 3rd read, but he's not getting that much time. Just right there, he didn't get the ball. Ball's bat up in the air. I think Preston may have got that. It's complete to Rosenberger. Got that deflection. And that will give us a 1st down up to our own 44-yard line. Yeah, our offensive line right now, Steve, is not giving Dakota Holt any time there in the pocket. He's going to have to roll right or left one way or the other.
But he's going to have to make good, quick reads, and he's going to have to check down to alternate receivers.
Summers.
And then there's Pig Summers, who can give him a little break.
Open up the hole in the far side. Valentine. Chandler. Bishop.
Second and 1 for the Knights. Now they find themselves in a very good position numerically here.
Third down and 1. The fog's setting in a little bit heavy right now, Steve.
It's beginning to roll in. Shh. Don't give it any ideas or any encouragement.
Holt. Summers.
There's what you do on 3rd and 1. You let the big guy go get you a 1st down.
He goes right in behind Blake and got a new lineman in there, and I can't pick up the number 50, I think. And
yeah, more than at ground level, it's not too bad. But from our angle up here, we're looking down through the mist. And I'll tell you, anything more than about 6-8 feet off the ground is pretty shrouded.
Dakota Holt. Flag comes flying in, probably holding on Preston. Holt had a nice run, gained 8 yards, but I think it's going to be nullified by a penalty.
Yeah, they're talking to R.C. Byrd, and from the location of that laundry on the field. Here comes the mark off.
I didn't see the penalty. That's a big one. That's 15-yarder. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, not a hold. That had to be a personal foul.
Yeah, I haven't seen any signal of what it was. I haven't seen him come over here and talk to Coach Tennant. So right now it's
got to be first and about 25.
Yes. Holt. Rolling over here. Looks, throws it down. There's wide open. Oh! Record. Right in his hands and for a touchdown and dropped it. Second down and 25 for Preston. Out on their own 40-yard line. Holt gets a snap. Looks. There he is there. Nizel. First and 10 Preston. Nice pitch and catch by Holt and Nizel down to the RCB 21-yard line.
And a nice job there after being turned away on the first pass. The Knights stay with the game plan here and try to stretch the field.
You find that weak spot, just keep going at it. Holt. Going to bring it down to the 15-yard line where it will be second down and 5. On the RCB 16-yard line. Scott Stone sending the signals to Dakota Holt.
The fog's a little deeper to the left, so let's hope this play comes to the right.
Holt straight back, looks, throws, overthrows Nizel down in the corner.
Yeah, Nizel covered pretty well down there, and going into double coverage, Holt probably does the wise thing right there by throwing that one away.
Third down and 10. Preston on the RCB 16-yard line.
And the Knights change the package up a little bit here.
Trips to the left. Summers tailback. Holt. He's going to take it in. Got the first down. Dakota Holt broke a couple tackles and took the ball down inside the 10-yard line where it'll be first and 10 Preston on the RCB. Looks like about 5-yard line, Steve, on the 7-yard line.
Knights with a great opportunity now, 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinator Tom Chandler calling in the plays. Dakota Holt. Nice block by Summers.
He's going to be drugged down right along the 5-yard line.
It took about 4 yellow or white jerseys to not bring him down.
And Dakota Holt is still down. And that's going to bring the Knights to the near sideline. And Knight fans collectively suck in a big breath and hold it right here.
Reminder to our viewing audience, next week, the 0-3 Lewis County Minutemen will be here at Knight Stadium. They are playing Braxton County tonight. Then we are on the road on the Buckwheat Festival weekend down at Hedgesville Senior High School. Hedgesville right now is 2-1, Steve, and I forget who they're playing tonight. But we'll have the results of the coaches' show.
Hedgesville, always a pretty good team. I'm going to correct you. I rarely correct you.
Uh-oh.
You said we're on the road down to Hedgesville. I hope you have a frog in your jacket because I'm not driving to Hedgesville.
Oh,
that's
well. We are on the way.
That's a trip you can make if you like, sir. No, I'm teasing. We'll actually be covering the Buckwheat Festival festivities, all the parade coverage, in association with Tri-State Productions, and I know you're in for some of that this year, Mr. Loudon-Good.
On Friday, the school day,
we get the opportunity to work with you a little extra this year, and always appreciated. Your efforts with that, just as we enjoy them here at home. But the Knights will be on the road down to Hedgesville, all kidding aside. And it's tough when you have the Buckwheat Festival and you have a road game. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And right now the main thing going on down on the field is that Dakota Holt is up, walking just slightly unsteadily with the help of the trainer and the coach to the near side to a round of applause by Knight fans, and they let that long-held breath out.
Rosenberger
in at quarterback.
So the Knights in a difficult position here. 2nd and goal from the 5. And that pass from Rosenberger just off the mark. Neisel had that in and out of his hands there, Gary, just off his fingertips. And that'll bring up 3rd and goal. Trainer continuing to work on the near sideline here with Dakota Holt.
Pass is headed for Jesse Gribble. Ball's incomplete. 4th down.
3rd and 5. 2 incomplete passes on the RC Byrd 5-yard line.
Yeah, that'll bring up 4th down. And a decision now for the Knights. Do they attempt the field goal here in hopes that they will get a 3-and-out and an opportunity, or do they go for the touchdown on 4th down? And a timeout's going to be called to talk things over and give the Knights a little bit of breathing time here on the sidelines as the coaches kind of suss this one out. And
yeah, our football players and the kids in Preston High School, like other schools, are involved in a lot of different activities. I know the Queen Series, Courtney Christopher She's also a student athletic trainer here with Jeremy Dixon and helping out. Of course,
and obviously her duties are going to be elsewhere.
That's right.
For that Hedgesville game. Chase Bourne is King Buckwheat.
Yeah.
All sorts of obligations and things that he's going to be doing for Buckwheat Festival Week. If I know Chase, he'll find a way or try to find a way to do it all.
Well, with the parade at 2 o'clock on Friday, it's going to be difficult for Chase or any of these kids that's involved in the Buckwheat Festival to be jumping in the car after the parade, you know what I mean, and getting down there at game time in the Hedges.
Well, ordinarily I would agree with that, but I know his mom and dad, Bub and Shelley.
Okay.
Have you seen Bub drive?
No.
He goes really fast when he wants to. No, I'm kidding. They're neighbors in Reedsville and great folks, and I am not sure how that's going to go. Maybe I can get the inside track on that by next week. Flags, and that's going to be possibly a procedure penalty, but let's see which way this goes,
Well, we
Gary.
can still get a fourth down here if that's a penalty
Again, we tried the hard count. Did they bite? Did we move?
That's RC Byrd. We got a first down, Steve.
Very close. Very close. Officials in conference now. And it's procedure against the Knights. So that's going to back it up 5, and that may make the decision somewhat different.
4th and 5
for Preston here
from the 10-yard line. Both of Rosenberger's passes have been really low to the receivers.
Well, he got that
one up. Nizel, 10-yard pass from Rosenberger. I think we're going to go for 2 here now, Steve. They found a weak spot over there in that left corner of RCB's, and they keep throwing it over there. And they've had 2 completions here on this series. Rosenberger. Oh, boy.
That is met by a host of Eagles, and that's going to come up well short of the goal line. And so the Knights will trail by 2 with 2:25 remaining here in the third period, but a gutsy call after a couple of tough incompletions for Rosenberger, who comes in cold after the injury and throws a couple of passes that are down low. And Nizel over here in the huddle, I'm sure, was saying to him, just put it this much higher.
Yeah.
Just this much higher.
He did exactly.
And he went out and as good teammates do, he believed his receiver, and he went out there and threw the pass that Nizel was looking for. And he took care of the rest down there in the corner of the end zone, covered well, still went up and made a nice catch and got the foot down for the touchdown. And that gets the Knights within 2 late here in the third period of action.
Okay. Justin Moats, don't kick it straight to that 38 again. Justin Moats to kick off for Preston. 2:25 to go in the third quarter.
And the good news is the fog begins to lift.
Squib kick, whistle blew, flag, motion against Preston. So we're going to have to re-kick.
Somebody got a little anxious on the kickoff and got out ahead of the kicker there. Out of the gate too fast. So we'll back it up 5. Everybody just keep their heads here and stay in their lane.
All right, Justin, let's see your leg. There, kicked it. Kicked it right to 38. They got him. Okay. Rosenberger in on the tackle with a couple other Preston Knights, number 58. Hunter Bishop.
And now the pressure turns up a little bit here on RC Byrd. Yes, they've got talent at quarterback. They've got talented running backs. But Preston refusing to go away here late in the third period.
Davidson gets the pitch. Going to gain 5 yards. I think he's ran the ball the last 6 possessions, Steve, so they're going to keep running him as long as they have the lead.
Clock turns inside 2 minutes. 2nd and 5.
Junkins comes way here to the left. Lopez. Davison at tailback. Gets the ball up the middle. Nice defense. Davison gets back to the line of scrimmage, and he gets hammered by 4 or 5.
Yeah, the Knights.
Preston Knights.
The Knights have done a very workmanlike job on the inside here tonight, turning back the RC Byrd powerhouse runners. It's when they get outside the tackles or out to the corner, aided by the fact that they're doing what the Knights need to be doing and have done here in the third quarter, stretching the field with Lopez and that great arm.
Trips here to the left. Davison single setback. Going into the slot. Lopez. Davidson jumps over the first. Boy, look at him dig and going to get that first down.
Just second, third effort, keeps going.
Yeah, he was hit in the backfield, just so strong by the Ryan boy, just couldn't bring him down. So it'll be 1st and 10, RCB on their own 45-yard line with a turning clock here in the third quarter. Davidson.
And he'll pick and pluck his way forward here for about 5 or 6.
Tackle made by Christian Miller. Blake Miller. He's got a lot of tackles tonight.
Bring up a 2nd and 5, but the clock is going to wind down here at the end of 3. The Knights pull it a little closer. It's 21-19, Preston trailing by 2 as we take the break and get ready for fourth period action. This is going to be a great finish once again here in Knights Stadium, where the fog has lifted and the Knights are getting ready to make a big play. We'll be back right after these messages.
Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
From a simple switch, troubleshooting a problem, a new service, to that backup generator that you'll need in times of emergency, Blake Electric can handle all your electrical needs. They have the experience and knowledge to do it professionally and safely and do the job right the first time. There's been an accident. The emergency has left you with physical trauma and legal issues to deal with. The bills are piling up, and you're overwhelmed. Where do you turn for legal representation?
Hi, I'm Paul Eastep.
And I'm Steve Schaefer.
We're attorneys practicing right here in your home county of Preston.
Centrally located on West Main Street in Kingwood, just across from McDonald's, the offices of Eastep and Schaefer are an easy drive from anywhere in Preston County.
You don't have to go outside Preston County to hire a lawyer with the know-how, the experience, and the knowledge to represent you fairly in a serious personal injury matter. Call us at Eastep and Schaefer at 329-6003 or visit us on the web at www.eastepschaeferlaw.com.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
At the Landing Dental Spa, our goal is to provide quality dental care at a relaxed spa-like atmosphere. Dental chairs with heat and massage, warm neck wraps, and personal TVs make your appointment as stress-free as possible. Located off the Pierpont exit, now accepting new patients of any age. Call 304-594-2200 today and visit our website at www.thelandingdentalspa.com to schedule an appointment. The Landing Dental Spa, a healthy smile with peace of mind.
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Buck! What do you think you're doing?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football.
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
But they want to play.
Hi, Buck! You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool!
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
RCB. 2nd and 5 on their own 49-yard line here, beginning action in the fourth quarter.
And they're protecting a slim 2-point advantage. Gary, they know by now we don't have a kicker. They just want to keep us out of the end zone. They want to do that by getting, first of all, possession of the ball and keeping it. And I'm sure they'd like a big play and like to pad that lead.
Another bubble screen. Davison. Ooh. Thank goodness it was overthrown.
Yeah, that one of the poorer passes we've actually seen Lopez throw, and that wasn't that far off the mark. But scary in that situation. I'm sure the coach probably got a few more gray hairs across the way there. Because that one went off the hand and up in the air and could have easily been intercepted.
Yeah, and Ryan, number 13, was the only defender out there to tackle Davidson. You know, and you look at number 13, the Ryan boy is a senior, 5'11", 155. It'd be tough to tackle the Davidson boy. Davidson.
And again, he's going to rumble forward.
Miller, Moats. Record in on the tackle. But that'll give them a first down on the Preston 42-yard line. William Reed, 5'9", 214-pound defensive tackle into the ball game. Davidson. Moats, Miller.
Interior of the Knight defensive line there, Gary, making a big stop.
I tell you, I'm surprised. It's Christian Ryan, senior, 5'11", 155. He's playing a heck of a ball game tonight at that outside linebacker position. All right, here we got the same matchup we had in the first quarter. Edel against Record.
Oh, and the Knights had that one figured out from the get-go.
Tackle by Jesse Gribble, sophomore, solo. Got him by the ankle and just wouldn't let go of him. Going to gain 2 yards. Third down and 8. All right, defense. Bryce Valentine going into defensive tackle position for Preston. Junkins wide here to the right. Trip set. Hyde. Ooh. Rosenberger, thank goodness, fell down.
And actually, the receiver kind of backed up and I think maybe tripped over Rosenberger's leg.
Elder, thank goodness, dropped the ball.
Yeah, he dropped it there. And the official waved it incomplete.
So 4th down and 8 for ARCB. Gonna punt the ball, get it deep into Preston territory.
Junkins back to kick. Brady back to receive.
Nice punt. Brady picks it up at the 5-yard line. Breaks 2 tackles, breaks 3 tackles, brings it back to the 23-yard line. Nice return. Jacob Brady, junior, 5'9", 147.
So Preston 1st and 10, just outside their own 20 at about the 22. And here's where the Knights need to take control.
Jesse Gribble in at the slot position. Summers, tailback. Summers going to advance it up here to the 27-yard line where it'll be second down. And let's see here, probably 5 yards to go. Gain of 5 by Pig Summers.
Yeah, they marked that one back a little bit. They only gave him 3.
Rosenberger still in a quarterback. Pig Summers digs. It's going to be close to first down territory at about the 33-yard line. Officials are looking and looking. And they call it a first down. So Preston will get 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line here in the 4th quarter. I still don't see Dakota Holt. Oh, there he is sitting on the bench. Still haven't got to report what's wrong, but anyway, he's on the bench. Rosenberger, boy, yo.
He takes a shot coming into the middle there in traffic. Pops right up and heads back to the huddle.
The Helm boy picked him up around the shoulders and just flipped him right down, but he's going to gain 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Got to realize Rosenberger's only a sophomore, 5'6", 123, doing a good job in here in relief of Dakota Holt. Ball's probably getting a little bit damp and slippery out there. So it's 3rd down and 5. Preston on their own 37-yard line.
$7:56 to go in the fourth period.
Nizel, record, split to the left. Rosenberger looks back, throws it there. There's Record. He's got to run under. He's going to take it all the way, baby. Take it. David Record. What a pitch and catch.
Record strikes like lightning.
Number 38 couldn't catch him. One never. Record ran by him. Nice pitch and catch. $7:47 to go in the ball game. Nizel, Record, Rosenberger. That series worked out fairly well, Steve.
Yeah, the Knights had the consistency that they needed. And the big play when the time came.
Justin Moats, no good.
But the Knights are on top once again, 25-21. 7:47 to go in the contest.
So RCB is going to have to score a touchdown to take the lead.
Yeah,
Steve.
Yeah, Dakota Holt on the sidelines. I'm looking down there trying to figure out if they've hidden his helmet.
He doesn't have it. So.
Yeah, he doesn't have it with him, that's for sure. He's not going to sneak back in on offense or defense. He's done for the night, whatever the issue is. And I don't know if he got his bell rung and maybe it's a concussion protocol thing. Or
it looks like his leg somewhere.
He has a different type of injury.
Yeah. Well, let's hope it's not the concussion protocol.
Yeah, hopefully nothing serious. And if it's a leg injury, if it was anything fairly serious, he would be carted out of here to be looked at, I'm sure, very quickly. So the fact that he's on the sideline down here has been attended to by the trainer, and his teammates keep coming by and checking with him, and the trainer keeps checking with him. That probably bodes well, that hopefully it's just a situation where he's unable to go for the rest of this contest, but can be back next week.
Elder picks it up. Brings it back to the 43-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 RCB. All right, little momentum's in the Preston favor right now. Let's let the defense do it.
They've got to avoid big mistakes, Gary. They can't have a big mistake.
No big plays.
Come up here and bite them. The defense held well, got the ball, and then drove with it. And a great job done by Rosenberger in backup for Dakota Holt.
Trips to the right. Hunter in the slot. Junkins. Oh, he's digging and digging and digging and digging. Flying flag. Not against not 15 yards, I hope not against Preston. Again, deep into our territory. Yep.
And this is just the kind of thing that makes coaches nuts.
I mean, there's just
that had to be at the end of or after the end of the play.
I know you want them to play hard and hit hard, but just times of self-control. Johnson in the slot again. I think we don't have enough players in the field, I don't think.
Yeah, the Knights are going to take a timeout.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we only had 10 players. Well, he's called a timeout. Someone discovered it. But RCB quickly gets out of their own territory down to the Preston 36-yard line. because of a personal foul penalty.
Knights will come to the sidelines, regroup, try to calm everybody's nerves here a little bit and get things back in control.
Talking about penalties, just looking through some of the stats, we've had approximately 24 penalties in the first 3 ball games, Steve, for 170 yards, if I've got the off the stat sheet correct. So, and we've had 5 fumbles in the first 3 ball games. Sometimes we just kill ourselves.
Well, that's been the tale of the stats so far this season, and Preston will make advances in one area and seem to regress in the other.
Davidson, Johnson in the slot.
Hard running.
He's going to get 10 yards on that run. Blake Miller and Rosenberger in on the tackle, but he gets 10 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 1. They got last year's quarterback, number 12, Junkins. Davidson. Junkins running behind. Will pick up the 1st down. Place is going to pick up an additional 6 yards. Takes it down to the Preston 20-yard line. All right, defense, let's buckle down now. They're inside the red zone. 1st and 10.
And the Knights have shown a proclivity to get tough in the red zone at times here earlier in the season.
Trips here to the right. Elder singled up on record. Davidson. Blake Miller, did he slide through there and tackle Davidson or what? Loss of 2. Boy, young man is playing a football game tonight.
Yeah, he always comes to play, and as we said, each week just gets a little better, and that's what the good players do.
They got Chandler, our center, in at the defensive tackle position now, trying to put some more beef on that line. Junkins. Blake Miller. Boy, that Junkins boy, I mean, digging and moving. Another flag. Personal foul, Preston.
Oh, that's going to take it halfway to the goal line. You just cannot survive those kind of mistakes.
Coach Tennant, I don't know what's going on over there. It's too far away to see what's happening.
You know, Coach Tennant's saying the same thing. I don't know what's going on over there, but it's not what I told him.
I'm not seeing the official come over and tell Coach what numbers the personal foul's on. Because if it's the same player, you know, he needs to be sitting over here on the bench.
5:51 on a stop clock. And that's going to make it 1st and goal.
Takes it down to the Preston 10-yard line. Well, if they score, those 2 penalties are going to kill us.
Well,
Steve.
they're gonna haunt the Knights.
Yep.
For the entire week, because they'll be the key to the victory for RC Byrd. But Preston, again, still with an opportunity here to stand up and turn them away.
Junkins going to bring it. Tackle by Miller and Moats.
Got that ball inside the 7 to about the just outside the 6.5-yard line.
Rosenberger single coverage on the elder boy. Lopez back in quarterback. Davidson takes it right up the middle.
Hit hard and brought down right along the 3-yard line.
Gribble in on the tackle with the Valentine.
That'll bring up 3rd and goal. Big play time for the Knights here. And realistically, it's 2-play time for the Eagles, and they know that.
RCB just letting the clock run down here.
Yeah, they're going to take as much time off as they can in anticipation of scoring, and now they'll take the time out as the play clock runs down. So 4:21 on the official game clock. 3rd and goal. Byrd, and I missed one. They're down to 1 timeout now.
I see Dakota Holt's up walking around now. He's limping on the right leg. Well, if you're a betting man, Steve, you know who you're going to give the ball to.
Well, they've ridden that horse all night, and they know they've got 2 opportunities here. They have to have a touchdown for a go-ahead score, trailing by 4 with 4:21 remaining.
He's not going to make it.
And the Knights are going to gang tackle and throw back.
Hey. You got one more try at it. Got a Preston Knight down.
That'll stop the clock at 4:10.
We don't know what's going on here. RCB takes timeout.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's their final timeout.
So it's 4th down and 3 yards to go for a touchdown for RCB with 4:10 to go in the ball game. This has been an exciting ball game, Steve.
Last week's game, very competitive, very exciting. You'd have to say that the Knights made the mistakes that allowed the Greenbrier Spartans to come out on top of that one. Here tonight, you're seeing a resilient Knight team in the face of adversity with not just quarterback Dakota Holt, but all-around athlete, a guy who plays on 3 sides of the ball and does so very well. One of the primary defenders on this team. Dakota Holt on the sidelines with, we don't know what kind of, but hopefully a minor leg injury. His replacement, Rosenberger, doing a fantastic job. You can't fault what he's done at quarterback, filling in, giving the Knights the go-ahead, and now defensively, Preston bullying their necks and standing up at the goal line here.
2 personal foul penalties that has brought RCB Byrd down to our 3-yard line. Davidson not going to make it. Not going to make it.
And Preston with an impressive goal line stand against a couple of the premier running backs in the Big Ten and possibly in the northern part of the state of West Virginia.
Bryce Valentine was right in there on that tackle. He got up off the bottom of the pile. And they just said, all right, we know who's going to run it, and that's who run it, number 21, the Davison boy. All right, it's important right now that we can run off some clocks. That means we're going to need 2, maybe 3 first downs, Steve, here deep in our own territory. And I'm impressed right now with the number 14, Colton Rosenberger, sophomore, 5'6", 123. Doing a very good job here in place of Dakota Holt, who's up walking around the sidelines. Justin Moats into the ball game.
Preston has to hurry here now. Just trying to move forward, get a little breathing room.
I don't think we gained any yards there. That'd be second down and 10 on our own 2-yard line. Chase Bourne in the slot back.
Big plays.
Is that Pig Summers?
Big plays all day by Summers. None bigger than that.
Whoa, Pig Summers.
He broke that one off tackle, out over the 10, out to the 15. Big first down for the Preston Knights.
That was running behind Valentine and Miller on that right offensive side of our line. Justin Moats in at fullback, Pig Summers at tailback.
And the Knights with a first down now.
Just letting that clock run.
And
delay. Said there's 7 seconds to go. There were 7 seconds to go.
There was time on the clock.
One clock said 7 seconds and the other one said it was over.
And you know which one the officials pick in that situation.
Well, if one saw 7 seconds still go and that whistle blew, they should have had a conference. Summers brings it up the middle.
Clock winding down toward the 2.5-minute mark here, and Byrd can't stop it. They're out of timeouts.
We need another time. We need another first down here. Second down and 13. Rosenberger gets the call. Chase Bourne. Pig Summers. They've got Chase. They've got Summers as number right now.
They're loading up in the box. They're looking at Summers all the way. They know that the Knights want to put the ball in his hands because that's a safe place for it.
Yeah, we don't have any speed to get to the outside. Right now is our problem. Can't get to the outside. We're going to have to, if we do, we're going to have to get some good blocking by our receivers.
Now, the one play that Summers was able to get off tackle and get a little bit to the outside there with Blake Miller in front of him to block, he was able to roll up some yardage.
Let's get organized. Let's go.
Knights take the timeout with 1:21 remaining.
One timeout to go here in the ball game. 1:21. One more timeout. One more first down, Steve. One more first down. We can run the clock out. Because like you said, RCB does not.
The officials are getting an animated.
About that.
Very animated.
25-second clock.
Discussion down here with regards to the 25-second clock. I'm not sure exactly. One of the discussions going on has to do with the 25-second clock. I'm not sure what the other discussion was, but we had two officials tied up there, taking them in two different directions entirely. I like the strategy.
Yeah.
That's good coaching right there. Confusion wins the day.
Preston, 3rd down and 11 on their own 14-yard line.
Leading by 4. Just trying to bring it home now and get that first victory of the season.
All right. See, we're still not paying attention down what's going on down there on the sidelines. Oh, hard count. Row. False start, Preston.
Well, Byrd definitely came across, but the official says, nope, the Knights guilty of illegal procedure.
We're just coming off a time.
Back them up 5.
We just come in off a timeout. There should have been no reason for disorganization there.
And I don't think it was disorganized, but I think the Knights tried to pull the hard count. Now Rosenberg sacked. Back deep.
Back on the, 3-yard line?
Yeah, 4th down now. Clock will continue to wind. It's inside a minute with 22 on the play clock. Knights are going to have to punt this ball and get good coverage.
Jesse
And
Gribble.
then hang on by the skin of their teeth.
We're going to take our final timeout. Come over here. This is an important punt for Jesse Gribble, sophomore.
Knights stop the clock with 46.8 remaining.
You know, you could always think about taking a safety here, Steve, and getting a free kick.
Getting the free kick a little farther out with an opportunity to have a little more control.
Yes.
And that may be exactly what they're talking about here. And you just tell him to take that ball and just back out of the end zone with it.
Because RCB does not have any timeouts left. And after we get the free kick, and have their run back, they're going to have to hustle.
Yeah, you hope at that point you've got the clock down far enough that you can hold them for the requisite 1 to 2 plays that it would take, and you have a little more green behind you to do it.
And you don't have to worry about getting
They have proven to be big play dangerous here tonight.
You don't have to worry about getting the punt blocked.
Well, 46 and a fraction of ticks left as Gribble backs into the Knights' end zone here. Set to go. Will he kick it? Will they take the safety?
Took the safety.
And they elect to take the safety. And that, I agree with you, takes 2 seconds off the clock, but it's a wise move because now the Knights can come out here as the fog again begins to roll back in. It came in, it rolled out. It's rolling back in with a vengeance now.
And we'll kick off from the 25-yard line?
Yes, the Knights will have the ball at the 25 on a free kick, so they can place kick it, they can punt it.
I left Justin Mose kick one off, but I would not kick it down in the middle. I don't care if it even goes out of bounds. Do not give him a direct kick. With 46 seconds to go.
At this point, we just want to get it over before it becomes unmanageable for the cameraman to see what's happening.
All right, Justin, what do you do, man? Just kick the ball out of bounds about down the 20-yard line, on their 20-yard line. I hope our viewers at home, when they see the replay.
Yeah, the fog is rolling in with a vengeance now.
All right, let's see what the strategy is here now. Justin Moats will be kicking off.
Well, we can put 15 guys out there because the official can't possibly count them in the fog. And
Preston recovers it. Onside kick.
Okay by me.
Okay by me.
Yeah. I
don't see who or what.
I don't think you were able to see that, folks, but the RC Byrd fan base is livid. The Knights have the ball 1st and 10. And I believe there are 42 seconds remaining.
Run out the clock. 2 plays.
And, Coach, if you have a heart for the TV guys, run it to the near side, please.
No, you just kneel. Just kneel down. They don't have a timeout. You can let the clock run out on the second kneel.
I'll tell you what, all kidding aside, it's getting so foggy out here that it's realistically almost impossible for these teams to even see one another coming out of the huddle. I'm not sure that it's not a safety issue. Preston trying to hustle some people in because I think they only had 9 players in the huddle.
That's one question I'm going to ask Coach Tennant.
Well, he's close enough. He may know what's going on.
Kickoff.
We don't.
Yeah, the kickoff, what happened? Did he miss the kick or did he intentionally win an offside kick?
Well, if you're going to run an offside kick under cover of this much fog, Coach Tennant's a pretty crafty guy. If I were he, I would take credit for it, whether it was intentional or not. But I think that was an intentional play. We're looking for the I think the officials want to call this thing for safety reasons.
They're over talking.
And RC Byrd obviously is probably saying, no, we got 41 seconds here, and anything can happen.
Well, Preston's going to kneel down on the ball.
If you're on defense right now, do you sneak another ball out there and have somebody run it into the end zone and say, no, I got the official ball here? What do you do? High school football in West Virginia. It doesn't get any better than this.
Looks like right now, Steve, Preston's going to win their first ball game of the 2017 season.
And the Knights will take a knee and kill the ball.
All right, they're going to run it off.
They're going to have to take one more snap.
Well, the play clock hasn't started. I think the officials just told them, go out there, take a knee, and let's be done with this.
Yeah, they've got to take another knee. They're going to let it run off.
Yeah.
Preston, 25, RCB 23.
The Knights survived. They survived a tough match against one of the premier Big Ten opponents, AA, And I don't think these single, triple, double A things mean much anymore. When you look at this RC Byrd team, Gary, great talent, unexpected talent, a freshman quarterback who's going to be around to devil the Knights for 3 more years.
Yeah.
Preston going to have a tough time when they make the trip up there next year, because I'm assuming that this is a series that's going to continue, and this could develop into a pretty good little
2-year contracts,
rivalry.
Yeah.
Preston and RC Byrd, again, as you stated in the pregame, haven't played since the 90s. Preston owned a 2-1 advantage. Now it's a 3-1 advantage. And, you know, they did it the hard way, the old-fashioned way, the stubborn way. They made their share of mistakes tonight, but the Preston Knights own the first victory of this 2017 season, and they moved to 1-3 on the year, and they improve. They delight their fans who are rushing the field now. And as the students rush the field deep into the fog, and I hope nobody gets hurt out here or steals the goalposts.
And can you imagine the momentum this is going to bring to the Preston Knights and the football team into next week's game against Lewis County here at Knight Stadium?
Well, it's an opportunity that they haven't had for a couple of years. Realistically, you know, they have just, as seasons have worn on here for the past 2 or 3, they've gone downhill progressively, each loss building upon the last one, and like building a brick wall that they couldn't break through. Tonight, they broke the wall down.
Yes.
That goal line stand, a thing of beauty, even though they put themselves in that position, their destiny tonight was to survive it and show each other, hey, as a team, we can do what needs to be done, and we can come out of this victorious. And they did so. Again, take nothing away from RC Byrd. That is a good, if small, football team with some potent runners and a kid that's going to have a great arm and a great future playing football at RC Byrd, and only get better. Crank up the music. The Knights will celebrate tonight their first victory of the 2017 season, even if we can't really see them do it out there. We hope you've enjoyed what will come to be known as the 2017 version of the Fog Bowl. Gary?
25-23?
25-21. No, 25-23.
Yeah.
You are correct. Actually, our graphics are wrong. 25-23 because I didn't get
the safety
up there. So let's update that one last time. We'll show you that the score is 25-23. The Knights win it by 2. That is your final from Knight Stadium here in Kingwood. I want to thank Bob Meisner, our camera operator, technical director tonight.
Here comes the players up through the stands. Sorry.
And we can, no, this is great. We get to see them one last time. We haven't seen them for about 15 minutes. Hopefully the injury to Dakota Holt, minor. I think the Knights learned tonight that they have a capable backup. And that, plus their stick-to-itiveness, their fortitude, and all of the laps that Coach Tennant has made them run.
I'll tell you what, Blake Miller and a couple of those boys, number 13, they were playing some defense. They were hitting some people tonight.
Yeah. Just tremendous effort all around by the offense, the defense, and special teams came through when they needed to. We might not yet have a kicking game that is first class, but we've got a kicking game that's good enough, and boy, do we know when to roll the fog in. Look forward to hearing about the onside kick that sealed it for Preston from Coach Jonathan Tennant. when he and Gary Livengood host the next edition of the Coaches Show. We'll film that on Tuesday evening with Coach Tennant right after practice and have that on the air for you Wednesday sometime. Stay tuned for that. Enjoy, if you would, the replay. Tell your friends about it. We'll also have it up on our YouTube site. That's youtube.com/cable7. Watch for the Knights there and the Coaches Show there. Watch for us on Atlantic Broadband, Cable Channel 7, your hometown TV station. Again, we thank our technical director and camera operator, Bob Meisner. The Marines landed just in time to help us bring you the sights and sounds of this evening's game and everything surrounding it. Gary Livengood, thank you once again. I'm Steve Blake, and for everyone at Mountain Digital, thanks for tuning in to Preston Knight Varsity Football here on your hometown TV station. Thanks to our sponsors. We'll see you all around town when we see you, and until then, we say good night.
Next week, Lewis County here at Knight Stadium.
Be here. From a simple switch, troubleshooting a problem, a new service, to that backup generator that you'll need in times of emergency, Blake Electric can handle all your electrical needs. They have the experience and knowledge to do it professionally and safely and do the job right the first time. There's been an accident. The emergency has left you with physical trauma and legal issues to deal with. The bills are piling up, and you're overwhelmed. Where do you turn for legal representation?
Hi, I'm Paul Estep.
And I'm Steve Schaefer.
We're attorneys practicing right here in your home county of Preston.
Centrally located on West Main Street in Kingwood, just across from McDonald's, the offices of Estep and Schaefer are an easy drive from anywhere in Preston County.
You don't have to go outside Preston County to hire a lawyer with the know-how, the experience, and the knowledge to represent you fairly in a serious personal injury matter. Call us at Estep and Schaefer at 329-6003 or visit us on the web at www.estepschaeferlaw.com.
From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
At the Landing Dental Spa, our goal is to provide quality dental care at a relaxed spa-like atmosphere. Dental chairs with heat and massage, warm neck wraps, and personal TVs make your appointment as stress-free as possible. Located off the Pierpont exit, now accepting new patients of any age. Call 304-594-2200 today and visit our website at www.thelandingdentalspa.com to schedule an appointment. The Landing Dental Spa, a healthy smile with peace of mind.
Hut 1, Hut 2, Hut 3.
Buck! What do you think you're doing?
I'm just trying to teach these ladies how to play football.
You leave those girls alone and get back to work.
But they want to play.
Hi, Buck! You better get in there and get my winter treads on and check my brakes and change the oil. We have to get to the Preston High football game, you fool!
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
The Wound Healing Center at Preston Memorial Hospital offers care to patients with wounds that have not followed the normal path or time frame for healing. Our goal is not only to heal your wounds, but to help prevent further wound problems. We work to educate you on why you have a non-healing wound, what you need to do to heal it, and what you can do to prevent future problems. The Wound Healing Center, inside the new Preston Memorial Hospital. Call today to start the healing. 304-329-3348.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
Almost heaven.
The Mountain State.
West Virginia.
The proudest state in the country. You'll love the Almost Heaven collection, only available at Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Double-sided mattresses with today's sleep technology, made right here in the great state of West Virginia. So don't rush to the nearest Mattress Mart. Take a short ride to Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Experience the Delano's difference.
Why buy half a mattress when you can get a double-sided set at Delano?